Well, howdy doody. Yeah, howdy doody buddies. Wow. Is everybody here? Got 2, 4, 6, 7. Somebody's missing. Or can I count? Where's Tango? Tango! Hey! Good Tuesday morning. Tango's way down there taking a poop. Man, I'm so congested. I'm so fighting to see if I go to the doctor, but I felt like crap all night. I mean, just incredible. Alka-Seltzer's working, but then it wears off and you just feel terrible. So do I go to the doctor? Probably have to go see a doctor because it's kind of getting up into my head now. So, kid let the dogs out, so it's pretty cool that she times when I come out of the camper here that she lets the dogs out. Come on, puppies! So I don't have to walk over the house. Let's get guys fed. Come on, let's do the routine here. So it's kind of a little different routine for the Tuesday morning. Come on, pups. And the good news is it's not so cold that the water's all frozen up. And even though it's warmed up, it's not warm. Like yesterday, I didn't dress appropriately, so I froze. I really did. I didn't go my 3-4 layer deep, and it's only 2 layer deep. And unfortunately, I mean, I was cold all day. So come here, puppies. Come on, let's get upstairs, get them in the office, and get the morning conversation going. And I got to get the Chevy Colorado. Come on, pups. Come on, Will, Tango. So when he tells me that over the house, they're out of water. When you have 8 dogs sucking on water all the time, because right now, Willow and Ginger are drinking the hell out of that water over there. Come on. Jeez. Yeah, it doesn't end. Where's Prince and Gypsy? Yeah, so, no, yeah, look here. No, I got to get the big dogs. So they're here. Look, they're still drinking water. So in the house, they're not staying on top of the water. Come on, Will. Come on, Ginger. Yeah, these dogs just suck through water like having a horse. You know how much water a horse frickin' drinks? Come on, Ginger. Come on, Will. Come on, dude. Jeez. So when I go in the house, I'm going to have to read the riot act to the kid about how the dogs don't have any frickin' water. I mean, so incredible. It just wears you out, man. You know, if anybody here's got kids, it might drive you nuts. Look, here's Will still drinking water. Yeah. Come on, get in. And now Gypsy and Prince are off doing their own little dance somewhere. Come on, get in. Let's go. Come on, dude. Yeah, you know the routine, man. What's going on? I'm so stupid. I keep on locking my door. Like anybody can come see me, right? Hey, Prince and Gypsy. So now it's the Prince and Gypsy show. Right? Prince, Gypsy! All right, well, this guy's here ready to eat. So let's just get one of these bowls. Come on, let's go over here. Like you guys are starving. Between me eating, you know, right now, these guys, to get them back, I'm having to give them damn treats. Yeah, but you know, I already knew it. You start giving these guys treats, their frickin' poop goes to being mud. Yeah, not solids, because now they're eating these little bacon treats. Hey, Gyps and Princey, are you hungry? Come on, puppies. Are you guys hungry? Here, Prince. Here, Gypsy. All right, there you go. Prince, Gypsy, treats! Treats! Gypsy and Prince. See here? Here's a little ball game. I don't even know where they are. Come on, Princey! Prince, come here! Gypsy, Prince! Come on! Where the hell are they? Oh well, so what I'll do is I'll lock these guys down and just do my routine, right? Doesn't end. You guys go eat. So now that, you know, the problem with that is these guys want to have those over eating. Here's Kiefer's hair, which I still think it's incredible. I bought this table, having no idea why I would use it, and it kind of became a memorial for Kiefer. So Prince and Gypsy, they're not hungry. So screw that. So I gotta go take care of other things. And so, where's my opener? So you guys here now. Oh, yeah, it's challenging. All right, stay tuned. Come on, what are you guys doing? Look at Prince, he limps. Yeah, what came from that? Who the hell knows? I don't have my coffee down. Yeah, so I mean, what's the hell's the deal with you guys, man? All right, just too complicated. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. Get in. No, you guys all stay there. Jeez, these guys are all dying of thirst. You hear? There's no water in the house. So the kid didn't hear that. You didn't hear me bitch about that this morning. Just the simple things might drive you nuts. All right, so see, here they are. Finally got in here with the food. So, oh boy. Yeah, gotta get our bowl for you guys. All right, there you go. I already lost another bowl. And, I don't know, do we give you a fourth bowl? You're gonna put a fourth bowl out. You didn't necessarily eat it, but whatever. We'll do it. Oh my gosh. Alright, so I've got the back door now. As you go through the front door, it should be the barn. But it's interesting, right now, since I'm layered up a lot better, I don't feel as cold. But yeah, I gotta get an early start this morning because Chevy Colorado Bison over to get the oil changed. It's hard to believe I bought the Bison way before the Bison Colorado. I bought way before the heavy duty, but the heavy duty has over twice the mileage. Heavy duty has 6,000 miles. That's 2,500 miles. That's saying the oil's at 30%. I was like, I'll just go ahead and get it done. First oil change on the Chevys is free, but I'm sure I bought all the add-ons and everything else for it. But I love that Chevy Colorado. It's so enjoyable to drive. It really is. It's a great truck. And as I said many times, would I take the Raptor Ranger over that? Nope, I wouldn't. Look at that driveway now. Solid ice. I did fall down last night. So I went whip, flying up in there, landed on my ass. So tomorrow is supposed to be 50 degrees. But this area, it's a hit or miss. So it's interesting. The wife's already gone. Wife is already gone because she has meetings. That's just my wife. I've noticed her whole life is meetings. Anybody had no? You work for a big organization, and all you do is have meetings. That's all it is. And you got to go through this level, that level. And the reason I bring that up is just we're going to talk a little bit about that in my morning conversation of the doggy, the Department of Government Efficiency. Good luck, Elon Musk. Good luck. You start reading into what's going to happen. Ha! Yeah, right. Trump will be out of office. They'll just reverse everything. The house. Well, that's a different scenery, isn't it, huh? The wife's car's gone. All the loudmouths are over at the barn. It's just a whole different world when you take away the dogs. Wow. Yeah, so actually there was tons of water in the house. So it got me. By the willow pillow and ginger baby. We're fixated on that. But yeah, it's going to be actually a nice day. But it's so debatable because yesterday it was supposed to be, well, yesterday it was the 40s, but it was just like a cool, chilly 40s. But right now with the sun on me, it's pretty warm, but I'm layered up more. So today's only supposed to be like 39, but tomorrow it's supposed to go to 50. This is the time of year you get sick because you're constantly dressing what you think is going to be the day. But then like yesterday, I so failed on not dressing appropriately, and I basically froze my ass off all day. So here we are back to the barn, but yeah, it's pretty incredible to watch the doggy thing, and it's just incredible on how what Elon Musk is trying to pull off. And you just start reading articles of information, and it's hard to believe, even for me. Did you know there's 2.4 million government employees? I didn't know that, and it's actually up from 7%. It's actually up 7% from Joe Biden's term. So when he came into office, they claim from 2022 to present day, there was a 7% increase in the hiring of government people. So you start reading into this whole government infrastructure, which I'm not a government person. I don't know all the language, but I know you have the G7, G8, G9. You have all these different levels of grades of people and positions and pay. And so we can kind of start reading into what Elon Musk is trying to do. But really, it's Donald Trump. Donald Trump's passing these executive orders and these bills and blah, blah, blah on trying to gut out a portion of the agencies and the people working. But then you read about the government guaranteed job and the layers of management that have to approve the terminating a person that works in the government, it's big. And then you hear about the unions that are going to fight the hell out of all this. So you just kind of step back and have to say to yourself, wow, is Donald Trump really, per se, get the traction and really get rid of so many what feel is waste of money by the taxpayers that are contributing to agencies that just really are not of value to us and need to be eliminated. But to get through all that, it just isn't that per se simple. So for me, it's going to be very interesting to see how far Elon Musk can really cut the deficits and really cut out all the waste. And then the time frame. So for me, anybody else out there that may be more abreast of what's going on, they're only hoping the real strategy of Donald Trump and Elon Musk is by forcing all these federal employers to go back into the office, it's going to thin out people voluntarily. People are just going to raise their hand and resign. That's the goal. That's really the undermining goal. And that's what's kind of interesting is because it wouldn't surprise me, let's just say for the heck of it, that a quarter of the people leave the federal government because of the remote working is taken away. So then Elon Musk and Donald Trump complete that task of getting rid of people, and then down the road they reverse it, and then you can remotely work, but maybe not every day of the week. But I would think that would be kind of interesting to find out that they played the game, and so just to keep people happy and what makes more sense, like I've talked about numerous times on my channel. So that's going to be very interesting to see. But really, what's interesting to me is what's the time frame? So what's the clock right now on all these federal employees having to be back in office? Does anybody even know? Because I'm sure a lot of people are going to cry the blues and go, for me, hey, there's a deer. The deer are very active on my property again. They kind of disappeared for a while when we're seeing dead bones of deer. There's 1, 2, 3. There's a fourth one. And because I think the fox or something was, I think other people think a coyote. I don't know what got them. But it's interesting how they kind of disappear. But now they're back. And if the dogs are out here, the dogs do chase them away. And they don't, per se, chase them down. They just kind of scare them off. So, but I'm not playing with that right now this morning. I'm not up for that. That's a lot of work, getting these dogs. And yesterday, if you saw my video yesterday, me doing the afternoon video, puppy video, it just doesn't fail. Good old Diesel loves to play on the other side of that shed. It drives me nuts. He constantly wants to go up there and be on the other side of the shed. So yesterday, they were all out here playing for quite some time. Just out here where it's much more manageable to take care of them. And so sure enough, he gets on the other side. So I should have taken my four-wheeler with me, but I didn't. So I walk across the way to the other side. So now the other dogs eventually show up, and now they're doing their antics of running around trees and running around a tree as they like to play with each other. And then here comes a guy walking down the street with his dog, and he's just, in some ways, just doesn't realize what he's getting ready to get himself into. So he's walking down the street, we're talking, and he's trying to come over and meet the dogs. And I'm like, no. And then instantly, it turns into havoc like you can't believe. Because all the dogs now are wanting to jump through the fence and get this guy's dog, which is going to be, for me, a fiasco. If 2 or 3 of those dogs get through the fence, I got 2 or 3 dogs out in the middle of the road, and and they start going after that dog, not meaning to bite it, but play with it, and that dog reacts. Who knows? But thank God the dogs listened to me in my harsh tone, and they didn't jump out of the fence. But wow, just unbelievable. It's incredible on how I told Ford, come get your trucks. And it's so aggravating. There's a reason it's so aggravating, because I still have to pay insurance these damn things. I mean, I'm no fool. I'm not going to cut my insurance off and then something happens and I got a major problem. Like that tree right there falls down on the frickin' F-150 truck. Never would fall in a lightning truck. And that truck is just sitting down at Coons Sterling Ford, where I don't care. I mean, so that, when they show up, they don't even know. But the thing is, I haven't even been given notice of when they want to come and get these damn things. But the point is, I'm paying, that's costing me And I got a few more going. I mean, I haven't made the phone call yet, but a few more are going to have to go. So it's just going to have to be the you're going to watch the whole, you're just going to watch all thin out. And it's not the end of the world. Some people, to me, get more ratcheted up than I do about, giving up some cars. Who cares? I mean, it's just a car payment. It goes from being a car payment to being a deficiency payment. So whatever. It's just money, man. I mean, life in the world. You make money, you lose money. That's just life. But the whole point is, I just got deducted like $1,800 from Geico for a bunch of vehicles that I don't want anymore. So that's just me paying insurance premiums every month, these damn things. It's through the frickin' roof. I mean, it's just too much money. Everything's just gotten too expensive. And I've talked about this numerous times. How the hell Donald Trump is going to get all these car manufacturers to start giving your car away back to you at a huge, different price? I just can't. I don't see it. The only thing I see is the rebates. But as far as Maroney sticker goes, I can't see on how you're going to see a car 10 or 15 or 20 grand cheaper. I can't see the F450 over there in the corner that now retails in a platinum or limited package for $110,000, $120,000 on how Ford is going to say, oh, now it's $85,000. Just like that Ram TRX. That's no longer available, but it's now in the RHO. And even with the RHO, you option that thing out, it's close to the price of the old Ram TRX price, which was like $84,000 without the Hellcat motor in it. I could get rid of that truck and just pretty much wash my hands out of that. There's vehicles here I could just wash my hands from, but I don't really want to get rid of that truck. Some things here, like, I just don't really want to part with. I'd rather have things like the Mustang, the Dark Horse. That thing is just a badass car. I've barely driven it, but it's awesome. So yesterday, that was kind of nerve-wracking at the end of the day with the dogs. And so back to the Department of Government Efficiency, once again, it's very confusing. Donald Trump has put a stop, 90-day stop in foreign aid. He's put a stop on federal assistance programs, and even the federal government agencies are confused at what's going on. So it's getting very, very confusing for many of those people that are running these agencies of what Donald Trump's trying to accomplish. So it's going to be very interesting to see what does play out, because I'm right here in the area where it could be affected. But I don't know. I'm not so sure it's going to move as fast as somebody think. And for so many of those out there, it's just incredible on how their lifestyles are going to be uprooted instantly once they have to be back in office. And I talked about it in great length yesterday in yesterday's conversation. But here's something I really get a kick out of. Is yesterday I talked to DeepSeek, China-based, this guy Liang Wolfhang, I think is his name. Young 40-year-old entrepreneur, big money, fun hedge guy that made his millions off of the markets. And it's interesting how I talked about that yesterday in my video. What was the biggest talk of yesterday in the market? DeepSeek. So it's incredible on my channel. Now, my channel got a measly 170 views. Meanwhile, if I was a news journalist personality, not Jim Acosta, he's gone bye-bye, thank God. Some of these media journalists, people run their mouth all the time. Aren't you so glad to see him get kicked to the curb? It's like, shut the hell up. All you do is feed misinformation all the damn time. And you get to keep your job, make millions of dollars a year. The propaganda machine like never ever seen. So the point of my DeepSeek conversation this morning is that was the biggest talk of town. Did my channel get recognized for that? Hell no. Was I the first guy in the morning talking about it for the most part? Yeah. But do I get credit for it? No, because I'm just a little flea in the Sahara Desert. So, but it's interesting how that has opened so many people's eyes. Are you being fooled by these so-called semiconductor manufacturers like NVIDIA that are presenting to you that only their technology is going to really expedite the infrastructure of artificial intelligence on the GPU capability? So you have to really just scratch your head. A lot of people now are kind of stepping back going, well, is this as dynamic and challenging as maybe that these tech companies or Sam Altman and others are presenting to people of how much technology they need to build out this incredible super artificial intelligence at rapid speeds, but you can't get the chips fast enough. And NVIDIA is one of the more dominant used chip manufacturers that the infrastructure is built out of. So now this DeepSeek made a claim that he only used like 2,000 of his NVIDIA chips, if I remember right. I think that was a number. Could have been 4,000. But the whole point is, this person is saying that he used a fraction of what other companies that maybe used 100,000 NVIDIA chips. And those things are super expensive. But now, this is what's crazy. Now somebody, and you have to wonder, is it a ploy? Is it a coup? What is it? Who is now, so now this Chinese individual is raising his hand saying this guy's lying. He has like 50,000 or 100,000 chips of the NVIDIA chips in his infrastructure, but he doesn't want to tell you that because our country put sanctions on NVIDIA to not sell those chips to China because we want to outdo China to be the first superpower, if it's a super artificial intelligence, before anybody else. That's the goal. It's a race right now. Who has the best infrastructure of the artificial intelligence? And once again, now somebody's raised their hand saying this guy's lying, that you can't do what this guy's accomplished with just 2,000 of these semiconductor GPU processing semiconductors, chips, whatever you want to call them. Wow. So is that right? Wrong? Because that's why the market yesterday went crazy, because now people think that they're buying into NVIDIA. That's really an overpriced, overvalued stock because of companies out there can use, buy just a tenth or a quarter of the chips needed to create what this guy DeepSeek did. I mean, oh my gosh, is that crazy or what? But this cracks me up. Here we are, and I shared with you yesterday, you can go to the Apple app and you can download the DeepSeek artificial intelligence platforms and assist you to do artificial intelligence interactions on your phone or your iPad or whatever you have as a device. And it just cracks me up. Here we are going after TikTok, a Chinese behind-the-scenes run organization that is being attacked because so many people feel like it's a U.S.-based company, but it's really it's Chinese-owned. And the information that's to be shared is in harm's way to this country. But yet here's DeepSeek, where yesterday DeepSeek's actual platform was struggling because so many people jumped on board downloading that new technology and wanting to interact with it. So they had this huge rush to, in so many ways, create the traffic jam of that technology, where it had a hard time yesterday working correctly with overwhelming people jumping on board to download that. And that cracks me up. Well, you just now downloaded a Chinese-based app that's going to steal all your personal information, which everybody talks about with TikTok. Does this make any sense to anybody? I tell you, it cracks me up. How do I get paid? How do I make any money on my social media where I feel like I truly bring information to people and ideas and thoughts and views of different ways and how you can look at things? And I'm not here to say I'm the smartest of the bunch, but I think I have creative ideas. I mean, it's like, wow. And all these other media personalities, they all get information given to them. They don't have to do their own research like I do, where I spend hours in reading and researching and talking and coming up with creative things on a regular basis. I have no Betty behind me telling me what to say or do. Probably should. But here's something interesting I heard years ago. Larry the Cable Guy, what's his real name? Daniel Lawrence Whitney, born in Nebraska. Does anybody ever hear about Nebraska? I forgot about Nebraska. Have you ever thought about that? When's the last time you heard anything mentioned about Nebraska? Right? Is it Pawnee? Something like that? Nebraska? It sounds to me like an Indian reservation name or something. But I didn't really know this, that Daniel Lawrence Whitney was born February 17th, 1963. He's a Pisces, and I'm the 24th of February, 1963. So he and I are the same age. And it's just, like, wow. I never was like a huge fan of his. Always got a kick out of his antics because he wrote off the cable. If you were back in the 80s, you knew the challenges of getting cable put in your house. If you were a person that wanted to have your cable box and cable TV set up, the running joke was you were always looking for the cable guy. You're looking for the cable man, and you were infuriated when you stayed home all day for the guy to show up to come install the cable box, and he never showed up. Remember these stories? Oh, it was huge. So Larry the Cable Guy created that name and wrote off that type of antics, and he became a comedian, a very well-known comedian, with Jeff Foxworthy and Ron White and others. And they had like the tour, the blue collar tour. He was in movies. But here's what's interesting to me is I one day heard kind of a part of an interview of him on some talk radio. So Larry the Cable Guy, he claims that for 8 years he got out of bed every morning and he called all the local radio stations to make jokes and talk to the different DJs throughout the radio stations throughout his own backyard. And he expanded into other areas throughout the country. But he claims for 8 years he got up every day of his life and he would call these radio stations to get on live and then, make some smart, comments or make some antics or whatever it may be. They made fun talk, but he really didn't make any money. And he did some clubs and he did this. Nobody knew him. But he was talking about on he religiously got out of bed early every single morning for 8 years, calling tons and tons of radio stations to try to get on their station just to hear him give his jokes and his antics. And he never gave up. And you just think that through. I think to myself, wow, I am 5 years in now on my channel of trying to get my channel to be, which I was only hoping when I started it would be well known. And 5 years in, I would have lots of subscribers and I would be making some really nice social media money, which, yeah, you can see for all the trials and tribulations and for all the failures and for all the different things I've done, the aggravation and the list goes on and on and on. Yeah, I'm not really that big, but I just think to myself, you can look at a guy like Larry the Cable Guy, just thinking to yourself, that guy, 8 years, so 6 years in, 7 years in, he's just calling radio stations. And once again, he doesn't really make any money. He's not making a living from just calling radio stations. And it wasn't until, I can't remember what opened the door. It was Jeff Foxworthy, Ron White. I can't remember what gig that he got that opened the door up for him to be recognized and to go places. So I thought that was a very good on how Larry the Cable Guy be a good example for people out there in life, that if you really have a dream and you really want something so bad, if you just don't ever give up, it's possible that you may one day get a surprise and just something plays out and you're rewarded. Wouldn't that be something? All right, so we're now into 19 minutes on video. So I'm trying to keep this video below 30 minutes. That's the goal. That's because I used to make them way too long. But yesterday I was kind of wrong about the Indian motorcycle line. And I was saying on how they didn't have many colors, kind of seemed bland. I just didn't really think it was much there. But you know what? After doing more research, I was kind of wrong. So they do have a pretty good flare of colors available on the Indian Challenger series, the Pursuit series, the Roadmaster series. They do as well, but more it's a Challenger series, Pursuit. And if you really know my channel, I was so disappointed that I bought an Indian Challenger only to have major front-end steering issues with the handlebars shaking at certain speeds and going through corners where those handlebars shook. It's just a really freaky type of crash type of feeling you had in that motorcycle, and they had to buy it back from me after going back and forth for months and months on the failure of that motorcycle not being a safe motorcycle. And they did buy it back. So I just kind of lost my flair for the Indian product. Really, my daughter as well. My daughter got so hell-bent on liking the Harley product. Even to her last night, she was kind of like, why did you get rid of your Indians? I'm like, because of you. You were so hell-bent on wanting the Harley line. I just felt the Harley kind of was more of our place, I guess. And with the new CVST, I will honestly say that I love that motorcycle. And I think it's a lot of fun. I mean, is the Challenger Elite Series every bit as good or better? In many ways it is, because it's a bigger platform bike. It's a more over-the-road bike, and it has, in some ways, better technology and everything else. But the point I'm really wanting to convey to you is, after doing more research, I came to realize it's like, wow, so Indian has eliminated their V-twin air-cooled motor. So they no longer make, they no longer make a V-twin air-cooled motor motorcycle, as far as I know. I could be wrong on that. Could be still in Springfield. So I should back up. I shouldn't say that. What I should say is, when you go to the bagger cruiser side, the Challenger, the Roadmaster, the Dark Horse, the full cruiser bagger series, they're now in the liquid cooled engine 108 motor that I had in my Challengers. And I had 3 different Challengers. Did I have 3 or 2? 2, I guess. I'm trying to think this through. Yeah, well, 2, well, 3 with the Pursuit. So I had the 108 cubic inch liquid cooled motor. Then I had the Scout bobber with the liquid cooled motor as well. Smaller, that was a smaller motor. But now the new 112 motor, I didn't realize this, but the new 112 motor, it's the racing motor in the bag, the Harley Davidson, the Indian Bagger series, which Indian has taken the reigning champ for that for the last few years. And so the new 112 is a liquid cooled motor. It's not that it's not the 111 or 116 V twin air cooled that's in my Chief Bobber here, and it used to be in the I'm trying to think, my Chieftain Elite series I had, and my Chieftain, or it's the Dark Horse Roadmaster I had, that looked like a Harley Davidson, basically Ultra or Limited, if you know what I mean. It was a fully dressed bike. So point of that is that I was kind of mistaken yesterday talking about the colors, and Indian does really have the flair of colors. But for the future of the air-cooled motors, you can see that Indian's phased that all out. I don't know about their Springfield or the Bobber or the Chief series. I don't know about that. I would imagine they're still, I haven't looked at it on the website, but I would guess they're still the air-cooled motors. So when does Harley really go to the liquid-cooled motors, as they've already done, like in the Pan America and their Sportsters or their whatever they call their other series of bikes? I don't know. Harley ride out the V-twin air-cooled engine that so many of us truly love to have between your legs. It's just such a cool sounding engine. I love that 117 motor. I love the 121 motor. I love the 116 Indian motor. The 111 motor's nice as well. 116's got more power. But this new 112 is like the king of all the power out of the gate for you. So yeah, is it tempting to go buy another Challenger? No, I mean, I'm not going down that road. I get too many motorcycles, and it's more about thinning out motorcycles. And I've gone so Honda. The Honda Goldwing's such a nice motorcycle. The Trike's so nice. So I just got the collection. So I'm not here to talk about me going to go out and buy another Indian motorcycle. It's not going to happen. Plus, the kid, she just doesn't, she's just not excited about the Indian product per se. She loves the Harley line. All right, that's pretty much it, everybody. And hope everybody has a great, blessed day. And interesting to see what the market continues to do. But does the deep sea get exposed? And the guy's point blank lying that you can't build out this incredible super artificial intelligence technology with just a minimal few thousand NVIDIA chips, and you're going to need 100,000 chips like everybody else is having to use to be at that level. And once again, the reason he probably doesn't want to tell everybody he has 50 to 100,000 chips in his infrastructure, how the hell did he get them? How the hell did he get those chips into China? But there's always been an underground mining operation per se that's going on. But I should wrap that up with one other thing. If you think it through, if China was to really bypass us on this artificial intelligence infrastructure, and you really did use their technology, it certainly saves this country. All the infrastructures need to be built out on the pounding the fist right now by Sam Altman and others that want these huge data centers that need incredible amount of energy to run them. And so for China, they're all in the coal. They'll do whatever they have to build out energy infrastructure, whatever it may be. And so in some ways, we just let China have that technology over us because of the infrastructure they'll build out that will be more challenging here stateside, which it will be. All right, that's it. I'm done. So everybody have a great day. God bless. Stay safe.